Yes guys, this is why you want to hold Quant until 2025. The Quant CEO talks on Quant master plan to 50x. Throughout this video, I will be explaining and analyzing the QNT token and going through a more of an in-depth analysis regarding the Quant project. More of that will be discussed alongside the reaction to the interview of Gilbert Verdian, CEO and founder of the Quant network. Now, with that being said, let's quickly head on over to check out the overall crypto market as of today. So yeah, things are looking pretty good, pretty positive overall, with the market being pretty bullish. Yeah, there's quite a lot of green for today, with ORDI with a 45% uprise, Luna up by 34.2%. And to be fair, the main focus for today is the BTC on the market, with reaching a high of 42,000 as of today. Increased quite a lot rapidly over the last 2-3 days, and yeah, definitely shows you why the market is pretty bullish as of right now. BTC is always a great indicator to see whether or not the market is as stable or on the green or on the red, because if BTC goes up in value, all the other cryptos follow. And that can also be seen if you just check out the crypto fear and greed index, because as of today the index is showing 74 greed, which is extremely good, with most of the cryptos actually following the trend in price increase as per BTC. So yeah, pretty positive news, pretty good market for now, and that will also reflect onto the QNT token. So let's head on over and check out the QNT token now. So starting off with the current market price of the QNT token, we're sitting at around the $101 mark, which is a pretty substantial increase over the last few days. And as for the day itself, it's actually fluctuated from the $99 mark all the way up to $103 for the day, and has slightly dropped down and then again come back up to 101. So yeah, it's a very stable coin, as I have said in my previous videos. And as you guys can see, over the last 7 days the price has more or less fluctuated just above the $100 mark, not really dropping as low, maybe around the $99 mark or in general, but otherwise it's always kept up above the support level. For the QNT token for today, it's actually up by a staggering 1.32%, which is pretty good. The market cap is sitting at $1.2 billion. Quant also has a current 24-hour volume of $29 million, which is also up by 71.15%. And yeah, all of these are pretty good indicators to show you that the Quant project, the QNT token mainly, is a very good investment for the long run, because it's a very stable coin, it's a very safe option, and it's not one of those cryptos where you can buy to get rich quick. So it's always going to be one of those tokens where you can get richer over the long term as the project develops and more of the community allows there to be more investments into it. The best thing that indicates that this is actually true is always going to be the circulating supply, sitting at 81.13%, where 12 million QNT tokens have already been invested out of the 14 million of the total supply. It shows you how scarce the QNT token is and how much more value you get for its price. So a lot of people are more on the holding side rather than selling and buying again for the dips, which means the QNT token has actually a lot more utility than people think. So whenever you want to invest in this token, you want to do it for the long run. And yeah, if the price does fluctuate, as I have shown you guys, let's move on to this graph actually instead. We can clearly see that the token does always sit above the support level of the $95 mark. So even if it does drop down, it always bounces back up quite quickly, quite rapidly, and stays above that $101, $102 quite consistently. And yeah, for the time being, the QNT token is actually following a lot of green, because the BTC token is actually up from the $37,000 mark all the way to the $42,000 mark, and this is all good indicators of a bullish run, and we want to have more of this to happen continuously so that the QNT token actually can rise up in value. So always make sure that you do your own research before you invest into it, because I would like to remind you guys that none of this is financial advice. But yeah, that's just my take on the QNT token and why you should invest into it, because as I have always said, this is just a great project that you want to invest into. And if you want some more of an explanation as to why this is a great project, why it's not just one of those shit coins that you'd want to get rid of quickly, but it's a project that a lot of people actually have faith in, have a lot of belief that it will be revolutionary in the technological sector. And to kind of solidify my point as to why QNT token is such a great investment, we will move on to the interview here over with Gilbert Verdian, who is the CEO and founder of the Quant network. He provides a lot of good insights as to why the Quant project is actually going to be revolutionary, because it kind of focuses on the main key factor, which is called decentralization, and the interoperability feature, which is going to be implemented in their very own framework. So let's have a look.
I'm Debbie Bell-Hosking at Cybos in London for Extra TV, and I'm speaking to Gilbert Verdian of Quant Network. Hello, Gilbert.
Hi, Debbie.
We were chatting a little earlier, and you spoke about re-architecting the financial system. What do you mean by that?
We're living in an exciting time right now. This time that we're in only happens every 30 to 40 years. The last time we moved from paper finance to electronic, and that was in the 60s and the 70s. We then went digital, but now we're in a state where we're actually able to go decentralized, which means we're able to disintermediate how we run the financial system and give people access to technology and the whole system in a new way. So we're doing things which were never done before.
So firstly, Gilbert Verdian actually discusses the current state of the financial system at Cybos in London, and he states that we are currently in a state of decentralization, which allows us to disintermediate how we run the financial system and give people access to technology in a new way. So given the fact that we are currently living in the 21st century, and the monetary value of our currencies is actually fluctuating between the physical aspect and the digital aspect, so I'm talking about the cryptocurrencies, Verdian says that the Quant project actually allows people or the general public to be able to access this new feature where people can basically transfer funds and use funds in a decentralized manner, so that we don't just have to rely on physical cash and coins, but we can actually use digital forms of transactions to facilitate the process of selling and buying anything on the web.
And it's Cybos, and you've had a launch, you've been involved in a launch. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yes, so we're quite excited. One of the biggest problems that we've solved with our technology is the ability to interconnect. And the technology we've solved is blockchain. Everyone is loving that technology. It's being widely implemented and adopted, but the barrier is removing the ability to trust and interoperate and have flexibility. So we've taken those barriers away, and we've allowed financial institutions, central banks, FMIs to be able to use any blockchain at scale. And we've implemented this technology within payment infrastructure, within capital markets, and in central banks. And what we've done is we've created a network of networks that's fit for a hyper-connected world. And that's quite exciting, because if you look at how we're doing the system and innovation, we're operating in silos. And what we've done is we've allowed everyone to innovate and build, but we've interconnected everyone. We're allowing people to have access to new markets, new technologies, new customers, and keep what they've already got, but making it compatible and interoperable.
And yeah, just before he moves on, this next part is actually pretty interesting, because he discusses the ability to interconnect through blockchain technology and how Quant's network has solved the issue of trust and interoperability. Given that the Quant Overledger network is actually going to be a success and fully developed over the next coming months, we can actually expect that the QNT token will be the main form of funds to be used in transactions between multiple different blockchains. So I'm talking in like the Ethereum blockchain or the Binance blockchain, and you being able to transfer assets in between them. And if you have an interoperability feature where you have digital banks, different central banks that work with different currencies, you can basically bring all of that together in, and you just use one universal form of transaction. And to do that, they basically created a network of networks that is fit for a hyper-connected world. Verdian speaks about the future of financial services and how it is rapidly evolving with a lot of uncertainty, but it has a lot of potential nonetheless. He quite likes to emphasize that there's a need for trust and innovation to be able to foster a safe and compliant version of the over ledger network.
And of course, the theme of this year's SciBoss is thriving in a hyper-connected world.
Yes.
Where do you see this going, years from now? Where, you've done your launch today as SciBoss. What does the future hold?
I think we're seeing a structural change in the architecture of the system. There's a lot more market demands. There's new barriers that have been removed. Regulation has caught up, which is really exciting. I come from the Bank of England, the Treasury. My background is in cybersecurity, so heavily regulated environments. Regulation has caught up with technology today, and what we're seeing is the ability to do things which were just not possible, and the market is demanding it. And if the financial system doesn't change, you've got a threat of new market entrants, the technology companies of the world. They're able to do a lot more, and they're bigger, and they're able to move fast. And so where we're seeing financial services go is really an evolution, but a rapid evolution into a new world with a lot of uncertainty but a lot of potential. And what we like to do is bring trust to that uncertainty. We'd like to allow innovation to foster in a nice, controlled, safe way, so they can create products and deliver new services to their customers, whilst maintaining all the compliance they have to.
So obviously from this part, we do learn that Verdian actually has a background in cybersecurity, and he's been a part of the central bank for almost 20 years. This pretty much goes to show how experienced he is in this field and how much knowledge he has on this idea. So the Quant network has basically been implemented within payment infrastructure, capital markets and central banks. So it is definitely something revolutionary and something unique to the Quant project that no other crypto has actually been able to do. And what Gilbert Verdian has is actually a great ambition and aspiration to allow greater success between intercommunicating parties in the modern world. There's definitely a lot more to learn from this, and if you do want to check out more information about this project, I would definitely urge you guys to check it out through the link in the description.
Gilbert, thank you so much for sharing your news with us, and have a good rest of the conference.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
And yeah, that should basically sum up that the Quant network will be able to apply some ability to interconnect, interoperate and provide some form of flexibility for financial institutions and other stakeholders. And additional to that, he also discusses that the development in market demands, innovation and potential changes in the financial services sector have an overall impact within the blockchains. So he wants his investors and all of us that are interested in the project to basically have some trust on what he is working on and what the project is going to be over the long run, because we all know that the QNT token is definitely going to be booming by the year 2025. And what does that mean? Well, it means you should definitely invest into the QNT token as of right now, while the token is still affordable and is still readily available while stocks last, which I mean by the circulating supply. And yeah guys, with all of that being said, I hope you have enjoyed, and if you have made it all the way through, please do drop a like on the video as it helps us a lot, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel as well, since we upload videos just like this one pretty much all the time, and I'm sure you do not want to miss out on any of our uploads. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next upload. Bye bye.